Hey, what's up everyone? And what better way to start off this channel than to talk about the very first being in the Marvel universe, which is Galactus, a very popular character in the Marvel universe. This is just the origin story of him. This is not about his other storylines and all the battles he's been involved in and stuff. This is just about his origin. So basically, Galactus is the sole survivor, the only survivor from the previous universe. His original name was Galen. Alright. So Galen lived on a planet named Ta. Ta was a planet with advanced technologies, and basically it was paradise. They had everything they needed. They didn't want anything. Everything was perfect. And Galen, he was a scientist, like a really good one too. And he knew that his universe was coming to an end. His universe was collapsing on itself to a central point called what Marvel called the Big Crunch. And Galen, he knows this, so he's like, if we're gonna die, then let's go out with the bang. So he and a couple of other individuals got into a ship, and they drove that ship right into the Big Crunch, the central point of where the universe is collapsing. And everybody died, right? Because it's basically like a big black hole, and everybody died except for Galen. Why? Because Galen was saved by the previous universe's Phoenix Force, so he's the only survivor. And the Big Crunch collapsed on itself, and it made what Marvel called the Cosmic Egg. So the Cosmic Egg is basically the beginning of the Marvel universe, and then the Cosmic Egg exploded, and it became the Big Bang, and it blew everything into existence, right? Including Galen, which he's now called Galactus, apparently. And everything came to be, and Galactus drifted for billions of years into nothingness. It was because there's nothing there, right? He just drifted for billions of years. And during these billions of years, everything came to be. Other planets, solar system, galaxies, stars, everything came to be, including other beings such as eternity, death, the Watchers, and so on. I'll talk about those other beings later in other videos. But yeah, so Galactus was drifting in space, nothingness, for billions of years, and he landed on a planet. And one of the Watchers saw him land on that planet and came to observe. And the Watcher noticed that Galactus is just pure energy, pure raw energy, like basically just raw power. And he noticed that Galactus is going to be a threat to the universe. He's going to be a force that is really dangerous to the universe. So he wanted to kill Galactus, right? But then he can't, because he's a Watcher, and the Watchers, they can only record what is happening. They can only write down what's happening. They can't interfere. Basically, they cannot interfere in anything. But he kind of interfered in this one, because he can't kill Galactus, so he basically set Galactus off into another direction. He took Galactus' ship, and he pointed in another direction and set him off. Galactus was basically just raw energy right now. He hasn't taken form yet, and he sent him off to a different direction. And Galactus drifted for like centuries, hundreds of years, and Galactus landed on another planet. But on this planet, they had an interstellar war. A war was going on, and then they saw Galactus' ship, and they fired on it because they thought it was a weapon. So they fired on it, but that was a big mistake, because it woke Galactus up, and Galactus just destroyed everything in its path. Everything it could see, everything in the area. He consumed the whole planet, consumed all the life force there, and he came to be. He finally developed himself, and knowing what he did, he wanted to create another world, because he devoured that one. He wanted to create a world for himself to live in. So it took 1,000 years. 1,000 years later, he completed what he called Ta 2, for Ta being the previous planet that he lived on, and he created Ta 2, which is just an immense ship. It was the size of our solar system. So that's basically the origin story of Galactus. And if you guys like for me to do other videos, just like the video, subscribe, leave in the comments who you want me to do a video on next. And thanks for watching.